Hello, my name is Oliver Kim and welcome to another episode of Actors Vlog. And today we're going to talk about showreels. This is the kind of thing that a lot of beginner actors struggle with because you need a showreel in order to apply for roles or get yourself an agent. And if you don't have one, well, that makes a lot of those things difficult. So let's find out what a showreel is and how do you get one. Showreel is basically a showcase of your work as an actor. If a headshot is the cover of your book, Showreel is its content. So here's what you do. You take scenes from the projects that you did into a short video, which you later send along with the resume and headshots. Okay, so let's talk about how does one build a showreel. So let's say you just start acting and you haven't really done much work, or the work that you did is not good enough to showcase your acting skills. What do? Option number one, if you haven't done much acting work in films and television, you should consider doing student films. And in my experience, this is how majority of the actors actually start. What usually happens is that film schools post on social media that they're looking for actors. They put some description into what kind of actors they're looking for, and then they put their email address where you can send your headshots and resume and so on and so forth. What I really like about student films is that they're much more forgiving when it comes to acting experience. In many ways, they're just like you. They're nurturing their talent, they're experimenting, they're trying out new things. It's a good place to start building your network and gain some experience. There are a couple of downsides of being in a student film is that it is a student film. Now, before we get all confused, let me explain. Film students, as I mentioned before, are just like you. They're learning their craft, they're trying out new things, hence they will make mistakes. And some of those mistakes could be technical or directorial. Some of them are good at communicating what they want and organizing, and others are not. Nevertheless, student films is a very good way to get some material for your showreel. All I ask is that have patience with them and allow yourself to experiment and fail. One of the practical advice I would give is to ask for footage. You should talk to your director and tell him that you need material for your showreel. If there's a particular take that you really like and want to put it in showreel, ask for it. It's important to make those demands and make it clear. I hope you'll have a great experience doing student films because in many ways they're a lot of fun, a lot of experimentation going on. You can try out different things and just enjoy it. Another way to get some acting material is a self-tape or acting courses. These are basic courses where you learn to do some auditioning technique or just acting technique. During those courses, you get to do a scene with another actor or a monologue. However, make sure to ask whether or not these scenes are going to be recorded. And if yes, ask them for reference footage from previous courses and have a look. Make sure to check that the sound is okay and the picture quality is good. And if everything checks out, take the course. So this way provides you with several things. One is that you get to meet other actors and teachers. 2 is that you get the guidance while doing the scene. And 3, you get a showroom material. And of course there might be some risks involved, like footage didn't come out the way you wanted to, or maybe sound is pretty bad. But just like with student films, it's not a guarantee for a success, but it's definitely an option to consider. Another good way to get involved with film projects is to join film groups on Facebook, because sometimes they post some casting calls or information about an ongoing projects and that they're looking for actors. A lot of the time those projects are low budget projects, so people are basically paying with their own money. Before you're applying for a role, I suggest you to do research, find out who the director is, what sort of experience does this director has. There are other actors that worked with this director before, ask what their experience was like, because in the end of the day you want to make sure that you are in good hands and that the film set is as professional as it possibly can be. And also read the script, see what your character is like, because in the end of the day you want to have fleshed out, challenging, interesting character to play. You don't want to play a stereotype or a one-dimensional role that you end up not using because it's too boring. Okay, so you've been applying for roles for student films or low-budget shorts and nothing works. What do? Create your own content. Take your phone, put a little mic in there, use a basic lighting setup. I'm using actually sort of Christmas lights to light up my face. Believe it or not, it's true, it's right there. This is a beautiful thing about living in this 21st century, is that you can do a lot of things on your own. So set up a camera, learn a monologue, understand your character, and then put it out there. And if the material is good enough, put it in showreel. And I understand a lot of us want to just be on set, have a professional set up lights for you, and have a director guide you through it, but you don't have to have all that. One of the problems I had when I just started is that I felt like there was not enough roles for me to, sink my teeth in and explore, and that, roles that were challenging enough. So, and I knew that because, let's face it, I'm an Asian actor in Europe. So what did I do? I created characters for myself. One of the things I did when I just started acting is I got together with other actors and we wrote and directed and edited our own films. Something very basic and minimalistic that focused purely on our ability to act. And fast forward 3 years, we have tons and tons of material to put together, a showreel. And what I noticed that a lot of other actors wanted that, and they felt like they couldn't because they felt like they were on their own. So my advice to you is that if you feel alone, then you have to start looking for those alone people who are just like you. And you're not alone. I'm sure there are plenty of people who'd be interested in sort of, doing something and creating something. So, nothing's gonna be given to you. That's the truth. Until you have enough credibility and somebody notices you, no one's gonna actually help you. You're the person who needs to take initiative. And that's one of the most important lessons I can give you is you become your own business. So you're the CEO of your own life, which means you're responsible. Nobody's gonna do it for you. So do it. Okay, on that positive note, I'd like to thank you for your attention. Once again, if you enjoyed this video, please consider to like and subscribe and share with your friends. If there are other things that you want me to talk about, write them in the comments. I'll be happy to try to help you. A lot of those things that I talk about comes from my own personal experience. I really try to use my own knowledge as much as possible because that's the thing that I know works for me. So hopefully it will work for you. And yeah, that's it. So bye.